Hello everyone, this is MBBS Gallery and today our topic is about posterior triangle. This posterior triangle is actually a triangular space which is present on the sides of the neck behind the two sternocleidomastoid muscles, and this is our structure. So neck means here we know the sternocleidomastoid muscle is present in it. So here forms a triangular space. This triangular space is actually called a posterior triangle. A posterior triangle which is present on the sides of the neck behind the sternocleidomastoid. So mastoid muscles. The apex is actually this apex. The apex is actually directed upwards, backwards towards the mastoid process, present. The apex is directed upwards and backwards towards the mastoid process, and base towards the clavicle. Here is the clavicle present. So base towards the clavicle and apex towards the mastoid process. This is the first situation of the posterior triangle. And let us see about the boundaries. It has four boundaries: the anterior, posterior, inferior and the superior. Inferior is also known as base and superior is also known as apex. The anterior boundary, actually the structure, the anterior border, if suppose this is a posterior triangle, let us imagine, and here is a muscle called, this is a muscle and this is another muscle. This is a posterior triangle, and here this is a clavicle, and this is a clavicle structure. So this is actually sternocleidomastoid muscle. This is sternocleidomastoid muscle, and its anterior border of the triangle is formed by the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. This is a posterior border. So posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid forms the anterior border of the triangle. This is the posterior triangle. This is a posterior triangle, and its posterior border is formed by the anterior. This is trapezius muscle. This is trapezius muscle. So the posterior border of the triangle is formed by the anterior border of the trapezius muscles, and its apex is formed by the meeting point of sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscle. This is apex. This is apex formed by the meeting point of the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscles at the point of superior nuchal line on the occipital bones. Here, its meeting is on superior nuchal lines on the occipital. Superior nuchal line on occipital bone. This is apex, and the inferior border, that is base of the triangle, is formed by the superior aspect of the middle one third of the clavicle. As we already know that it has two aspects: middle 1/3 and lateral 2/3 aspect, lateral 2/3. So the middle upper surface of the superior surface of the middle 1/3 of the clavicle forms the inferior base of the triangle, and its roof structures are formed by, what are all the roof structures are formed by? So actually then, as we know that the roof is the superior surface at the superficial surface, which contains investing layer of the deep cervical fascia stretching into the sternocleidomastoid trapezius, and superior facial overlying the roof contains platysma muscles, external jugular and posterior jugular veins, and cutaneous nerves and vessels. These are all the roof forming structures, and base is actually formed by three more muscles such as semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis, and levator scapulae, scalenus medius likewise. And it is actually, the triangle is actually divided into two subtriangles by a muscle called inferior belly of the mohair, which runs from here to here, and this divides the triangle into upper and lower. Upper occipital triangle and the lower subclavian triangle. Lower subclavian triangle. These two triangles are divided by the inferior belly of the homohyoid muscles. So inferior belly divides it into two parts. The triangle is divided into two parts. Let us see clearly. So first we are going to study about from the introduction. So the posterior triangles. It is the triangular space on the sides of the neck behind the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Its apex is directed upwards and backwards towards the mastoid process, and the base downwards towards the clavicle. So the boundaries, we know that there are four boundaries: anterior, posterior, inferior or base, and superior or apex. The anterior boundary is formed by the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscles, and posterior boundary is formed by the anterior border of the trapezius muscles. So inferior or base is formed by the superior aspect of the middle 1/3 of the clavicle, and superior apex is formed by the meeting point of sternocleidomastoid and trapezius at the superior nuchal line of the occipital bone. And let us see about the roof. So the roof, it is formed by the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia, because this is present in the cervical regions and stretching between the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscles. So the superficial fascia overlying the roof contains platysma, external jugular and posterior jugular veins, and cutaneous nerves and vessels. These are all about the roof. Let us see about the floor. The floor contains 5 muscles: semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis, levator scapulae, scalenus medius, and first digitalization of the serratus anterior. These are all the stretches forming the floor. The floor is actually formed by the 5 muscles. So the triangle is, as we know that the triangle is subdivided into two triangles by a muscle called inferior belly of homohyoid. So that divisions, the upper larger part is called occipital triangle, and the smaller lower part is called subclavian or supraclavicular triangles, because they're present on the superior aspect of the clavicles, as per names the supraclavicular triangles. So it is most important thing to know little 2 or more structures to write in the content of occipital triangle or subclavian triangle. So most important, they may ask in 1 mark also. So before that, let us have a rough look on this. So if suppose we are considering this whole structure as a posterior triangle, and we are dividing it into upper large, this is inferior belly of the homohyoid muscles, and this is lower subclavian triangle, this is inferior belly of homohyoid muscle, which divides into, and this is called occipital triangle, which is large one. So occipital triangle is finished. Let us see about the contents. So what are all the contents present in the occipital triangle? First contents, irrespective of the color, we are giving. So occipital triangle. What are all the contents present in the occipital triangle? Firstly, the spinal accessory nerve, which runs in the here. So which present spinal accessory nerve is present. This is spinal accessory nerve is present. Spinal accessory nerve, and then the superficial branch of transverse cervical artery is present. Superficial branch of transverse cervical artery. So this is superficial branch of transverse cervical artery. this is an artery. Superficial veins are transverse orbital arteries present, and occipital lymph node is present here. This is occipital lymph node. And there is another artery which is present called occipital artery is also present here. This is occipital artery. So these are all the structures. These are few more important structures which are present in the occipital triangles. And let us see the structures present in the inferior triangles. Inferior, that is subclavian triangle. Firstly, there presents a trunk of brachial plexus. Here is a trunk of brachial plexus present in the triangles. Trunk of brachial plexus. Trunk of brachial plexus is present. And another important structure present are subclavian vein, which is present here. This is subclavian vein, and another important structure present are external jugular veins. So this is external jugular vein. This is first structure is subclavian vein, and this is external jugular vein. External jugular vein is present, and the structure is third part of subclavian artery. Here is that present. This is third part of subclavian artery. So this is the third part of subclavian artery is present here. So one of the nerve is present here in the anterior triangles of supraclavicular nerve, which is present in the anterior triangles. Here is the supraclavicular nerve. These are all structures which is present in the both inferior, that is upper and the lower triangle of the posterior triangle. So let us see it in a clear way. So firstly, let us see the contents of the occipital triangles. So what are all the contents of the occipital triangles? As we see, first the structure we saw that a spinal accessory nerve, and the third and fourth cervical nerve providing branches to the levator scapulae and trapezius muscles, and this dorsoscapular nerve, and fourth cutaneous branch of cervical flexus is also present there, and superficial transverse cervical artery and occipital artery is also present in there. These are all the structures present in the occipital triangles, the most important things. So the subclavian triangle contents. What are all the structures? Which are all the structures present in the subclavian triangles? They are the third part of the subclavian arteries and subclavian vein, and terminal part of the external jugular vein, and trunk of brachial plexus, superficial, cervical, suprascapular, and dorsoscapular arteries, and the lymph node is also present there. So the clinical aspect. This is a clinical aspect. The spinal accessory nerve may be damaged in operations involving the removal or biopsy of lymph nodes in the posterior triangle of the neck. This is all about the posterior triangle. Thank you.